Good evening. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Hello, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Let me know if you're here and you can hear me. It's Friday Eve and I am so excited to get started. I'm going to wait like 2 more minutes. Hi, Freddie. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm going to get started in a minute or two. Just waiting for everything to catch up. So much fun planned for tonight. I'm so excited. Awesome. Thank you. We're going to wait like 2 more minutes and then we'll get started. How's everybody doing? Don't forget to say hello if you're here so I know you're here. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I'm so excited. You have no idea. If you know me personally, then you know that Brutus Monroe is one of my favorite companies. Hi, Donna. And just the fact that I'm here doing this is so awesome and so exciting. So excuse my enthusiasm because I am so happy. Hi, Penny. Oh my gosh, Penny, I'm so excited you're here. This is so awesome. All right, I'm like so ready to dive in. So I'm here tonight showing you March's inspiration box. We're going to talk about that. We're going to make a project. So much good stuff. I've been planning all day and I can't wait to show you guys what I've come up with. So first, for a minute or two, I just want to talk to you about the inspiration box. What you see before me is some of the subscription items. Hi, Candy. This is the stamp of the month. And this month is March and it's Snailed It. This guy is so cute, so I had to show you guys that. So that's one of the options for the Brutus Monroe subscriptions is a stamp. I mean, how awesome is that? Get a stamp in the mail every month. Who wouldn't love that? What crafter wouldn't love that? You can also do an add-on and get the coordinating die, which is totally cool. There's also a stencil of the month, and this is March's stencil of the month, and this is called Delicate Floral. So another option, I mean, you know, open up the mailbox and have craft supplies once a month without having to go on and order it. You kind of can't beat that, am I right? So we're going to use this tonight. I'm really excited about that. I love this item. So the other things you see in front of me are some of the items in the, well, not these. These are actually add-on stencils, but I had to show you these because are they not gorgeous? So, and all of this stuff is available on the website. Everything is there for you to purchase. These two are add-ons that you can buy. I'll show you. Here's an example of a card I made recently with this. This is Ladybug Roses. So I used some Raven Glitter Glaze in the background. This is a new die that came out in the spring release. It's not so cool. Love that. Okay, so in the inspiration box, let's talk about that for a minute because basically it's a box full of awesomeness is the best way that I can describe it. So, and I shopped around when I was looking for a subscription. Hey, Robin. Hi, Michelle. And by far, Brutus Monroe is definitely the best bang for your buck. The box comes chock full. I only have a couple of the items here. I'm going to tell you a little more about it, and then we're going to use some of this stuff to make a card. But in your inspiration box, this is March. This is Lovely Ladybugs. This is the stamp set for March. So when you get the box, you get the stamp set. You get a coordinating die that had 37 pieces. Dies for all these little guys, these awesome little creatures, right? You get ribbon, you get sequins, you get conversation clippings, which I'm going to show you guys. So what I do, this is my conversation clipping. So every month when I would get my inspiration box, I organize them by month into these plastic, they come in plastic things, but I label them and I keep them all in here. These come in so handy for card making. So this is all my past month's conversation clippings. And then you also get the panels. So here's another pouch with all my card panels in it, and you can foil them, you can ink blend them, you can color them with markers. Just another awesome item. All that comes in the box. So sequins, ribbons, stamps, dies, conversation clippings, card panels, glitter paper, card bases, guys. Card bases. Let's talk about that for a minute. If you're a card maker, you need Brutus Monroe card bases in your life, because I'm telling you, there's nothing better. I have to hide mine because I have a little crafting buddy that shares my space that constantly steals my card bases. Those are just, they're priceless. What else? Oh, pattern paper pad. The coordinating pattern paper pad comes in the box as well. You always get a consumable. This month it is black glue, which is so cool for gluing down the black sequins. I have some little consumables from past boxes that I'm going to show you later that we're going to use on the card tonight. And all that for $34.99 plus shipping and handling, right? Like, that's crazy. There's so much stuff in the box. If you go online right now and look to buy this stamp set, just the stamp set alone, I believe is $24.99. For $10 more, you get a whole ton of stuff in a box at your front door once a month without having to order it. But I didn't even tell you the best part. You ready for the best part? The super duper best part? Once you're a subscription member, every time you order stuff from Brutus Monroe, you get 15% off your Brutus Monroe items. I mean, it's like the hits keep coming, right? So if you're looking for a subscription box, you came to the right place. So tonight, we're going to use this because I seriously can't get enough of these little cuties. But I finally decided tonight I'm going to work with the bee because I've used these ladybugs. I'll show you. This is one of my recent cards. This is a shaker card that I did with the little ladybugs and the sequins from the box. The background was made with Chroma Mist. I'm going to show you how to make a background like this tonight. Oh, Michelle, not only does she love it, she steals my stuff all the time. So I'm also going to use this stencil because I love, love, love it. And I don't know if you can hear that humming noise in the background, but that humming noise means we're going to foil because I have to foil because I love it. I want all things sparkly, shiny. So here we go. Got my stick and stamp mat out. Now, I know these are out of stock right now, but I'm going to tell you when they come back in, you're going to want to run and you're going to want to grab this because this thing is the best. As you can see, I've used mine probably within an inch of its life and it's still going. It's still super sticky. I mean, we're rocking and rolling with this thing. You're going to see how easy this is. So I already cut out a black card panel here. I've got my card base all ready to go. Don't even have to cut that. Just pulled it out of the package. Oh, and now there's new sizes. There's square. I believe they're 6x6. There's slimline. Already cut. I mean, hello, awesome. Okay, so we're gonna get this panel ready to foil. Oh, now I did use pixie spray the last time I used this because these pieces are so intricate. I wanted them to stick on the paper because I'm using gel. If I was using just ink, I would not be worried about it. Hi, Eve. So happy to see you here. Hi, guys. Okay, so now my stencil, you see that? Sticks right down. We're good to go. So tonight I am going to use some Transfer Gel Duo from Decofoil. If you're not familiar with foiling, this is a gel that you use with any stencil. Hi, Arlene. Hi, Shannon. So this gel can be used with any stencil, and then once it dries, it becomes foilable. So I'm going to show you guys how cool this is. Okay. So I'm going to take my gel and I'm going to get a nice coat on there. I even got a little magic for you guys because I know you're all wondering, well, are we going to have to sit here and wait for the gel to dry? Okay, so I am just spreading this through. I don't have to worry about taping my stencil down. I don't have to worry about it wiggling because my Stampin' Stick mat has got it on lock. Look at that. And my hands are free. This thing is the best. I'm telling you, revolutionary. Okay. It smells good too. Hey, Darren. So, Darren, I don't know if you guys have seen Darren's, well, if you have anything Brutus Monroe, then you've seen Darren's designs. But Darren designed some shirts, and I got a really cool sunflower shirt of one of Darren's designs. Somewhere I can't say. It's a surprise, and I know she's upstairs watching. So I can't give, oh, I guess I did just give away the surprise, didn't I? I forgot she was upstairs watching. I hear them laughing upstairs too. VB says, happy birthday, Lucas. I must have missed. How'd you know it was Lucas's birthday? Was he on here talking about his birthday weekend and I missed it? Yeah, Darren, I just totally blew that one up, huh? Completely forgot my supportive family is sitting there watching me. Darn them for being so good. Alrighty, so I got a nice, pretty thick layer, not too thick. And then I'm gonna just take this off, right? So, oh, look at that. You can already see how pretty that design is. And I keep a little like plastic basin. It's next to me. I put like a little drop of dishwashing detergent and some warm water. Okay, are we good? Just want to make sure everybody can see. Let me know if we're back. Sorry, I think I froze there for a second. We're good? Alrighty, sorry about that, guys. My connection froze, but we are good. You didn't miss anything. I was just cleaning my mat off. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys for hanging on. Okay. I'm going to set my mat aside. Now, as I was saying, it takes a little while to dry, but I planned ahead, and I did one last night, so it was ready to go. So, once the gel dries, and you have to give me a second, I just want to cover this up. I just like to make sure that, I know this stuff dries out pretty easily, so I got a little piece of press and seal there. So, this is what it looks like once it dries. Now, I mean, this by itself is pretty, am I right? Look at how nice that is. But I like to be extra, so we're going to go ahead and foil this. Now, there's nothing else done to this. It was just the gel with my stencil. And I'm going to use some gold deco foil. So let me get a piece of that out. Okay. And I'm going to grab my mat. Now, here's another must-have. This little cutting tool, also sold at Brutus Monroe. If you foil, this thing is a lifesaver. Lifesaver. Okay, oops, I think I have an extra sheet here. So I'm just going to measure that out like that. Do my cut. Alrighty. See how easy that is? Isn't that cool? I think this is like a quilting tool for quilting, but it works perfect for foil because if you've ever tried to cut foil with scissors, it's really hard. I'm just gonna get my sheets back together so I can roll them up and stick them back in my tube. Did any of you catch Christopher using that new rainbow, like it was like a pastel rainbow foil? Oh my God, rotary cutter. Thank you, Penny. It was gorgeous. It was so pretty. I've become a little bit of a hoarder when it comes to the foil. I can't help myself. I see the shine and it mesmerizes me, and then I just want it all. All right, so I'm gonna put that away in the little tube. Okay, now let me grab a carrier sheet. This is just a piece of parchment paper. And we can put this away. So with the shiny side up, this non-foil shiny side is going to go against that. Hi, Carmen. Thanks for coming over. Thanks for joining me over here on my first YouTube. Okay, so I'm just going to put that down, close this up, and I'm going to run it through the laminator. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back momentarily. All of a sudden, the laminator seems to be moving very, very slowly. Donna, wasn't it beautiful? I need to get some of that. Hopefully it's not sold out. I haven't checked. Okay, so we're almost through the laminator. Alrighty. Oh, it's nice and warm. Okay. You guys ready? So I'm just going to gently peel this off. Ooh. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? And how it's super simple, right? Oh, Penny, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much. Okay. And I just want to grab a stencil again. Oh, I threw it in my water. That's right. I can't show you the stencil again, but how cool is that? Like, what a different look. I love it. Okay, so this is going to go on my card base, so I'm just going to need to trim this down. And I'm going to use a ruler because when I was making my sample and I put this in my paper trimmer, the edges kind of stuck to my paper trimmer a little bit. So I'm going to go old school with my X-Acto knife. And I'm just going to trim a little bit off. This reminds me of the college days when I used to have to mat all my artwork. That's before everything was digital. So I'm just going to trim a little bit off and pray that the ruler isn't sticking to the foil. I probably should have flipped it over. I agree, Shannon. It's really pretty. This is definitely one of my favorites. Well, I mean, I guess I probably say that about all of them, but I don't know, something about this. The roses too, I love the roses. Okay, I'm gonna cut that off, and I'm gonna cut a little bit off this way, and I'm just eyeing it. That's okay. Okay. So that's going to be the front of our card. And it looks like I might have to trim that up a little bit more. Okay. Next, on to one of my other favorite products. I'm going to do a little background making with, you ready? Yes. It's Chroma Mist time. So let me get my splat box. And I'm going to grab a piece of aqua pigment paper. Now, I know I probably say this about everything. It's my favorite, but I love Chroma Mist. Oh my gosh, do I love Chroma Mist. So my preference, I like to do wet on wet. So I always spray my paper with water first. I'm just going to shake my colors up a little bit. I've got yellow orange. I've got bumblebee yellow. I grabbed ornament gold. That was one that was out around Christmas time. And then just for a little bit of contrast, I grabbed cider, which is from, these were released in the fall. So a couple of different colors. So I'm just going to take my water and I'm going to mist it. And then I'm going to start spraying. I'm going to start with bumblebee. Now, sometimes what I like to do is I spray on the sides and let it bounce onto the paper instead of that like direct hit. Or I hold it above and kind of go straight over if I want like a finer mist. Just some little different ways that I've learned to use these. Penny says, I had to travel to oh, Penny, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with cider just to give like little different splatters. And lastly, for a little extra shimmer, because again, I'm all about the shimmer and the shine, right? Okay, now I'm going to grab my heat gun. So excuse the noise for a minute, but I want to heat this so that we can continue on. And I'm just going to use my poke tool and stick that down. Dry that off a little bit. I'm telling you, everything seems to take so much longer when you're on a live. I swear when I'm doing it by myself, things dry quicker, the laminator goes quicker. All right, we're getting there, we're getting there. The other thing I love is how different it always comes out. I can never get it exactly the same. I mean, not that I want to. I think that's one of the things that makes it really cool. I got a little extra shimmer on this one, which I love. And you can see all those different tones. Sometimes after I layer my colors, I'll even go back and spritz with water. All right, we're about there, and I think I see the section that I want to cut out. Oh no, Penny, that's terrible. I understand though. Okay, so now I'm going to use a combination of a trick I learned from a friend for splatter and something that I've seen Christopher do that I thought was so clever. Now, normally I splatter with a fan brush and I just kind of tap and flick and make it go everywhere. But I saw Christopher use an acrylic block and oh my God, it works so good. So I'm going to do that. So I'm just putting, this is just some black acrylic paint. I'm going to spritz a little water, and I'm going to get it a little watery, and then, well, maybe not watery enough. And then I'm going to get splatter going on here. All right. That's looking good. And then this stuff I'm just going to throw in my bin that has all my water in it and my little soap, so I can worry about that later. I'm going to just add a little more heat again. Now, I'm going to show you, when I did this earlier, and of course, funny enough, it's a box from Brutus Monroe, and I use this until I can't use it anymore, and then just order more stuff so I can get another box. Okay, look at that. Oh, I love that. All right, that should be good. I see a couple of wet spots that I can blot, because what I'm going to do is we're going to cut out a section. So we were actually having a chat this week with the inspiration team about chroma mists, and somebody was asking, when you use them with die cuts, do you die cut, then splat, then chroma mist, or chroma mist and then die cut? And a couple other of the designers said this. I do the chroma mist first, because then I get all these different tones and designs, and then I can kind of pick where I want to go. So I knew that I was only going to use a small section of this, so now I have all this to pick from. And you get some lighter areas and darker areas. Okay. So I'm just going to use a rectangle die, and I'm going to cut out a section of this. And I love these different, the dark in here and the shimmer in there. So I think I'm going to go right there. Shannon, that's awesome. Shannon says, any justification of new orders is all right in my book. Me too. So now this I can save, right, for another day. I mean, this is going to be great for a flower die cut, or those new flower die cuts. That's another on my my want list. Oh, that's a good idea, Michelle. I have them all stacked up on the wall. I should grab those and start using them. They're too pretty to get rid of, so then I just end up with a bunch of them. Okay, so I'm just going to run the through. And get my rectangle. So this is going to go on the front of my card. That's noisy, huh? Okay, so there's the rectangle. And I'm going to grab my mat, because I'm not quite done with this. Making backgrounds is definitely one of my favorite things to do. Right, Penny? Aren't those colors perfect? Okay, so I'm going to grab my honeycomb stencil, and I'm just going to add some of the honeycomb shape. Get a piece of scrap paper. I'm going to put a piece of scrap paper underneath me. I save all my, when the order slips come in through the orders, I guess the packing slip, your order printout for them. I save them, and then I use them for scraps when I'm stenciling or ink blending or whatever. Okay. Let's find a good spot. Okay. I was in your head, Penny. So I'm just very lightly, very, very lightly with some black ink. Just going to go in the corner. Just kind of want to do like a little hint. Once again, stick and stamp mat for the win. Oh, Shannon, how funny that you said that. I have all of my envelopes saved in a drawer, and I was planning on making a mini album with them. And does anybody else use, you know, when you get a Brutus Monroe order, your packing slip or your order forms, whatever we're calling it, the list of everything that you've ordered? Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of doing, making a little mini album. I've been saving them too. They're awesome. You guys all know what we're talking about, right? It's like a, I guess it's like a 5x7. There we go. See, I just wanted that little hint of the honeycomb in the corners because we're going to add our bee friend and a flower. So I'm going to take this off. Cover up my mat, even though there's God knows what stuck to it, but it still holds my project just fine. Oh, guess what, Michelle? How funny that you mentioned that. Hang out with me for a few more minutes because we'll get to that. It was from Staycation last year, the ATC card class. I have it, and we are going to use it tonight, and I am so excited about that. Okay, so what's next? I went ahead and I stamped out the bumblebee friend ahead of time and a couple of flowers, but we're only going to use one of those. So we're going to do some quick coloring. I pulled all my markers already to save some time. So for my bee, if any Copic colors out there, I've got Y19, Y8, and Y6. Oh, that's a good idea. Michelle says she uses the envelope for extra die cuts and junk journals. That's a great idea. So I guess I kind of color a little backwards from what I see on Facebook. I put down first and then I blend them out. I know sometimes people cover their lights over the whole area and then go in and add their darks. I am not a Copic expert by any stretch. I just love to color. So I usually go in and throw my darks down and then just blend it out. So we're going to bring Bumblebee Guy to life. This reminds me of a place called Billy Bees. And you guys know what that is? I used to take my kids there when they were really little. It was like a big giant play place, and the bumblebee was, I guess, like their mascot. And there was always bees and honeycombs all over. It was really cute. Now we're on to Urban Air. That's where we're headed for my son's birthday this weekend. It's like it's a do everything. It's a trampoline park. It's got goat carts, all kinds of fun stuff. So, blending my bee friends. Lots of noise coming from upstairs. Hopefully you guys can't hear my children. Alrighty. So there's my bee friend. Yeah, it was a fun place. You know, it's the places like that were so great when the kids were little because they couldn't get in or out. Like you went in, when you got there, you had a they would give like a wristband, and so if the kid tried to leave without the parent, or a parent, I guess, tried to leave with a kid that wasn't theirs, they couldn't do that. So it was fun. I used to do that kind of thing with my kids a lot when they were little. and I was only working part-time when they were little. So that was fun. Now they're bigger and they're not as easily entertained. Okay, so there's my bee, and while I have him, I'm gonna grab what I call Donna's favorite glitter pen. It's actually really not Donna's favorite glitter pen, but I do know it's one of Michael's favorites. This is the Lawn Fawn glitter. I'm going to give these wings some sparkle. Is that my friend Carol? Hello there. Oh, Michelle, I bet. It's so fun, but this year I'm going to be smart and get my reservations ahead of time, because last year, oh my God, it was the worst. I took my son and his friend, and we got there, and we couldn't get in because you had to get, buy your tickets ahead of time and make your reservation ahead of time. And we didn't know that. So this year I'm coming prepared. Okay. There's my bee. And we're going to color a flower. I picked some oranges for the flower. And I'm going to show you something really cool we're going to do with the flower. I just noticed I want to blend this guy a little bit better. I don't want him to look like he got a sunburn. I love the sparkle on the wings. I was thinking about aqua pigment too. I have a color sunflower that's like a yellow shimmer. That would have looked pretty too. All right, let's work on our flower. And then we're going to put all these pieces together for hopefully something wonderful. It's crazy busy all the time. How did you get a sunburn today, Carol? What is it, like 30 degrees by you? Carol is in Calgary, right? What's my medium here? There we go, 16. I can't believe that baseball is starting already. I swear they're starting it earlier than they used to, because some of my son's friends can't come to his birthday this weekend because their baseball games have already started, and I'm like, but we're not even in April yet, right? How is it happening already? Although I've got to be honest, I am looking forward to being out in the sun, hanging out on the field. Definitely looking forward to those days. I've had enough of this nasty cold, and alrighty. And for my center, we're going to do something really cool with the center of the flower. Okay, so I'm going to grab a glue pen and do this first. This is just you could use one of those, the Zig pen. This is just one that I have, and I'm just going to do some dabs of glue, just like little dots of glue, and let that dry while I color my leaves. Okay. Wrong end. He is a happy little bee, Donna. Unlike the little bees upstairs that are not sounding so happy right now. But, school night and tests to study for and all that fun stuff. And real quick, if any of my Copic colors are interested, the flower was YR 16, 14, 16, and 18 was the flower. And my greens are YG 67, 17, and 25. And I know that sounds really weird, but I Told you before, when it comes to Copics, I don't follow the rules. I look at my color chart and I just pull the colors that I think blend well together. It works most of the time. Sometimes I have to call upon some help in the form of Donna. Okay, so there's my flower and my bee. And while the center of that flower is still drying with those little dots of glue, I'm going to cut the bee out. And then we'll go back to this flower and I'll show you something pretty cool. So the sets do come with dies. I just don't have them here with me tonight. So that's why you guys are going to have to watch me fussy cut. He is so cute. I love these little guys. Okay, those little antennas, how cute. You see his wings glittering? Can you see that, Donna? Can you see the glitter on his wings? Everyone needs a phone a friend, Michelle, is so true. So our joke with Donna is always that I ask her advice and then I never take it. And then she says to me, why do you ask me? You never listen to me. So today I was designing this card, just putting some final touches on what I wanted to do. And at the last minute, I decided to add the flower. So I stamped the flower, I cut it out, but I wasn't sure what color to color it, right? So I messaged my friend Donna and I'm like, I go, what do you think about this flower? I think it should be red and I'm going to do that anyway, so just tell me red. So she writes back and she says, well, I think it should be orange because there's no other red in the card, right? So I thought about it and I was like, you know what? She's right. I'm going to make it orange. So I wrote back and I'm like, well, guess what? I'm going to listen to you. So on this day next year, we're not going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We're going to celebrate Gina Listen to Donna Day. I think I stuck my finger on some wet glitter wings there. Okay, so there's my little bee. Let me bring these pieces over here. And now my flower. So you can see I did just little dots of glue and they've dried. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to take my foil and I'm just going to lay it on top, and with the soft part of my finger, you don't want to use your fingernail. I'm just going to rub that on the glue part. Peel, so now we have a little gold sparkle on the center of our flower. And we'll cut this out real quick. And I think the last thing I'm going to need to do before we put everything together is a sentiment. It's a national holiday. It's Gina Listen to Donna Day. Well, since we celebrated St. Patrick's Day yesterday, because we were planning this for this evening, so today can be Gina Listen to Donna Day. Alrighty. To fussy cut is my new favorite verb. Lauren, hi. I didn't know you were here. How you doing? Thanks for coming on. So my husband, what he always says, when I would teach classes, he would help me with my kits. And usually I would like set them up with the die cut machine and, you know, or make them cut card panels. And I forgot what we were doing or something came up about fussy cutting. And he said, listen, I can fuss and I can cut. He said, but I cannot fussy cut. So now whenever fussy cut comes up in my house, we always tease him. Don't ask Daddy because he only likes to fuss. Okay. So my parts are pretty much done. I do have a few little neat tricks left, so hang with me a little longer. Now I'm going to stamp my sentiment right on here, and I pulled these. Now there's cute sentiments on here. We've got good luck, you make my heart smile, and sending you a love bug hug. But I've pretty much used all of these. So I grabbed this. This is super sentimental. This is another staple, people. I'm telling you. If you're a card maker, you need this because this is the best. So I think, what are we going to go with? You are awesome. I don't want anything too big because we're going to put the bee, we're going to put the flower. High is a little bit too small. Maybe we just go with happy birthday. What do you guys think about that? That'll look cute. Right? Super sentimental and extra. Is it extra sentimental? There's another one that's similar. I've got both, and I actually learned their names today because I had them in the wrong packages. I had them reversed. But yeah, those are two of my faves. It's like just good for everything. All right, so I'm going to go with happy birthday because I want to be able to use this. Maybe I'll give it to my son for his birthday. I don't know if they're still watching or it's nearing bedtime, so I might have lost my upstairs audience. Okay, line that up. Now, this is aqua pigment paper that we chroma mist sprayed on, paint splattered on. So, and the aqua pigment has a tooth to it. It's not completely smooth. So the stamped images don't always work the best, but I have a trick. Nope, I had them in the wrong packages, Candy. And it was funny because I thought to myself, I better check this so that I don't pull this out during the live and say the wrong thing. And sure enough, I had them mixed up. Okay, that's looking okay. So when I stamp on aqua pigment, I didn't want to stamp this on another strip of paper or anything like that because I didn't want to hide all the fun shades and tones. So if it doesn't ink up very well, then what I do is I just take a fine point black marker and I go right over it. Right? You always need the sentiments. Okay. So we've got our happy birthday. And I'm just going to take my felt tip black marker because I see this A. And I'm just going to do that. Right now I can see my sentiment. I can make it thicker because I want it to go right on that background. There we go. You know what I really love about this? I love all the different fonts. I'm kind of a font junkie. It goes back to my early days right out of college. My first job right out of college was designing classified ads. And all I had was fonts because I was like entry level, bottom of the barrel. I wasn't given any access to any clip art or anything like that. So I had to be super creative. So I got crazy with fonts. And now I just love different fonts. Okay. So I've got a black mat that I cut earlier. I'm going to put that on. Note to self, remember my stamp is still in the stamping platform. Let me grab some glue. This is a trick I learned from Michael. That's a good one. So I don't lose my my pin. I saw a TikTok the other day that said, if you know, you know, and it was somebody put their pin, I think it might have been on May. She put the pin down and it rolled away. And I was like, oh yeah, been there, done that. Okay. So I'm going to glue this down on little black there so that stands out. And I think I said I had to trim this, right? I'm going to trim this a little bit on the bottom. Give it just a little cut. And then we're going to put everything together and add some fun finishing touches. Double-sided tape, or it's foam tape. It's like double-sided foam tape, but on the outside I just didn't peel the release paper off. I just stuck it to the side of the bottle, and then on the outside left the release paper off so that you can just, it's I guess it's kind of like a crafting pin cushion, if you will. Right? Sticking your needle in there. Oh, little ant crawling across my craft space. No room for you here. We already have bees and ladybugs. You know what that means. Oh, the one thing I hate when the weather gets warmer. I hate the bugs. Not the lovely ladybugs. Just all the other ones. The lovely ladybugs can stay. I have a piece of styrofoam in a small jelly jar. I can stick my pins and pokey tool. Oh, candy. That's a cool idea. That's a really good idea. All right, I'm going to glue this down. We're almost done. Did you see the new spider that's headed this? What? Stop. Stop. No talking about spiders. I won't allow it. Listen, we have cave crickets up here. Cave crickets. Google it, folks. That's all I have to say. Cave crickets. No, no. That's how I feel about cave crickets. Okay. So we're going to put that right in the center. And then this, and then the special stuff comes. Let me just grab my foam tape. I'm going to pop this panel up. Oh, Arlene, don't say I didn't warn you. I'm telling you, like, I've seen them like the size of golf balls. They're the most archaic, creepiest looking thing ever. And they jump really high. But the problem is they're so big that they jump really slow. And I swear, it's like when you're doing something on a live and everything seems to go in slow motion. That's how it is when the cave cricket jumps at you. It's like slow motion. They're horrifying. Okay. So I'm going to put that there. And my little bee guy, put him down there. I can't decide if I want to pop him. I think we're going to pop him. I'll take that one. Yes. Oh, well, yeah. That's a tough one, huh? Cave cricket, giant spider, spider. Ooh, my Long Island just snuck out. Giant spider from Georgia. My big gigantic roll of sticky tape. I should have probably used black, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to put that guy right there. And then I've got something fun planned. I can't wait to show you. Somebody already figured it out before. I think it was Michelle. Put a little glue over here. Wait, let me go back. Michelle? I didn't even see you sneak in either. Hey, Michelle. Okay. So, bee guy is going right there. Our flower with the foiled dots, I'm going to put that right there. Now, I know you're probably looking at this and you're like, wow, you're done. It's beautiful. But, like I said, because I always have to be extra, and one of my favorite things to do is I love to go back and add like just little accents and details. And because of the inspiration box, I've got so many fun things to do that. So, when we were talking about consumables earlier in the inspiration box, this is an example of a consumable. This is dewdrops. These come in different colors. This one was actually from staycation last year. It was Heather's ATC class. This is yellow dewdrops. And then this is another one. This is glitter. And I have to be honest with you, I do not remember what box this came in. I've had this for a while, so I want to say it was something from last summer. But we're going to use these to get some honey drips going on. Yes, Michelle, it is. It is also known as a camel cricket. I call it a gigantic, scary beast that jumps really slow. But, you know, tomato, right? Okay. So, we're going to add some of this and make it look like we got some honey drips. Let me get my scrap paper. And this stuff is pretty liquidy. And I'll show you on a piece when we're done how it's going to look dried. No, it was a ATC class for staycation last year, 2021. It was a stamp set that had like flowers and little bees, and we used this to make it look like dripping honey, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. So, yep, I just want to get the air out first. Okay, so first I'm going to put in the honey pot, and I'm going to just let it drip down. And then I'm going to go up here. And I'm just going to kind of let it ooze down like that. So it looks like dripping honey. And then I'm going to take my glitter, because, you know, it's glitter. And I'm just going to do just a little sprinkle in there. And there's that. And voila. There we go. I was planning on using some of the black sequins around. I think maybe we'll add a couple. Nah, you know what? I think we're good there, right? What do you guys think? The brown. Michelle, I didn't do a wooden box class. I did. You know what? It's possible I might have even got it in the mystery box, because I love those. So, oh, yeah, but, there we have it. So, little bee from Lovely Ladybugs. I'll show you that real quick. Right? And the stencil, this is the stencil of the month. It is the subscription stencil, but everything is available for purchase separately. So you can grab the pieces that you want if you're not a subscriber, but you should be a subscriber because it is so worth it. Delicate Floral is the stencil we used. So that's everything I have for you tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This was so much fun. It was awesome to be here with everybody. I will be back next week on Thursday, but I think we have another one scheduled for Tuesday. So thanks for hanging out live with me. That was so much fun. Oh, the wood box at Create Your Own. Ah, okay. Oh, speaking of Create Your Own Ending, before I go, is anybody going? Is everybody going? Because I am beyond honored and excited to be doing a make and take at Create Your Own Ending this summer. So I hope you guys will come and join me because I'm super excited about that. So we'll talk more about that next time. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope everybody has a great night and happy St. Patrick's Day.